Breaking this noon, the Warren County Health Department is sounding the alarm about an outbreak of pediatric pneumonia.
I think it's starting to take root here in the United States. I think it's taking root in Washington, D.C.
Warren County is seeing an outbreak in pediatric pneumonia cases.
But nobody knows what is causing, as you heard, an uptick in this respiratory illness among children.
At this point, there is literally no point in asking or even wondering if this mystery illness has made it to your area. Because if this illness is real, and yes, that's a question that we have to ask, if it's real, and if it's really spreading as fast as they say, chances are it's already in a town or a city near you. Now, the mainstream media, various health organizations, they're trying to say that we don't really have anything to worry about. Yet they continue to ring the alarm every time this thing spreads to a new city, a new state, or a new country. And they're putting out charts, and they're using certain words that really ring my alarms. They're already calling this a crisis. They're calling this a nightmare spread. They're putting out charts showing which areas have already been hit and which areas are on alert. Look here. We have Vietnam. I reported to you all that it had spread to Vietnam. We have Taiwan, obviously China. Now it says here that India is on alert, but now we know that it has spread to India. Thailand is on alert. Singapore, it has spread to Singapore. Indonesia is on alert. We know that it is spreading throughout the UK. It has spread to the Netherlands. It has spread to Denmark, Switzerland, and the USA. Now, a couple of hours ago, France just announced that it has spread there as well. And then Italy came forward and said that it had spread to Italy. And now Canada is saying that they're experiencing an outbreak as well. Now look how quickly this happened. A few days ago, none of us knew anything about this. Now, all of a sudden, supposedly, this thing has traveled across the entire world just like that within a blink of an eye. Now, personally, I do think that this is something that we should keep an eye on. I do think that this is something that we should kind of worry about. Because, you see, if this was not something to worry about, you wouldn't have ever heard of it. If this was something not to worry about, we would not be having this conversation. I would not be making these videos, and the mainstream media and various other media outlets and health organizations, they wouldn't be talking about this. You don't cause this big of an uproar over seasonal illnesses. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that this is not a seasonal illness. I'm just saying that the response to this is something far more major. There's obviously something going on here. When you have U.S. senators coming forward talking about shutting down travel from certain countries, that lets you know that this is not just the common cold, or at the very least, they're not treating it like it is. I'm not here to tell you what this is. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to tell you if you should take this illness serious or not, but you should take the government very seriously. We know how they operate, okay? And at a drop of a dime, do not be surprised if they try to implement the same things that they implemented a few years ago. The senators that asked Joe Biden earlier today to shut down travel from China, they used certain words. They said certain things that didn't sit right with me. They said that we need to shut down travel from China right now to prevent lockdowns and mandates and deaths. What does that tell you? It tells you that lockdowns and mandates are already on the table. Best believe, you might not care about this. These greedy politicians, they're already having conversations. I would not be surprised if money is already moving throughout the stock market. They may be getting ready to go ahead and make a big investment in some pharmaceutical company. We don't know. We don't know. But I read the letter in my last video. You can go check it out. They literally said, hey, we need to shut down travel now to prevent lockdowns. Oh, so you're saying lockdowns are a possibility? You're saying that that is possible, that may be one of the outcomes from this situation? The whole world seems to be on alert, and maybe your local news station isn't talking about it much, but all around the world, various news outlets are talking about this, and they seem to be focusing on this very hard. Much harder than you usually would for just a common seasonal flu. So I don't know what to make of it, but it looks as if the gears are already turning to turn this into the next big thing, something like what we dealt with a few years ago. I have to be careful with what I say. But before I go any further, I want to play this clip for you all because, like I said, now it's spread to France, Italy, and Canada. Let's see what they have to say on the news out there, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Afternoon, the oncology ward at Peter Lougheed Hospital is declaring a mixed pathogen outbreak. It was originally battling a COVID outbreak, but several cases of the flu within the unit prompted the change. Mason Despatie is at the Peter Lougheed for us today. And so, Mason, AHS says there's been 4 cases of influenza in the cancer ward. Why declare it an outbreak now?
Alicia, Camilla, 4 might seem like a small number, but they're hospital-acquired cases, meaning the patients got it while in the hospital. The outbreak memo was posted to X, formerly known as Twitter, yesterday. To help curb the spread, a variety of measures are being taken inside the ward, like limiting visitors to 2 people. All staff must have the flu shot, and outbreak protocols like signage and PPE have been put in place.
Now, as I was saying earlier in my video, when you watch something like this play out, you really have to pay attention to their wording. How do they phrase things? You know, what words do they use? How do they go about saying things? That's very important. And one word that's being thrown around a lot right now is syndemic. They're calling this a syndemic. Now, I never even heard of a syndemic. What the hell is that, right? Well, apparently, a syndemic is defined by 2 or more illness states interacting poorly with each other and negatively influencing the mutual course of each disease trajectory. So what these people are trying to say, they're trying to say that the beer bug, along with this new thing that they're calling the white lung disease syndrome, they're saying that this stuff is mixing up and we have a syndemic on our hands because now we're dealing with the uprise of 2 or more illnesses at the same time. So get ready. All I'm going to say is get ready, folks. I tried to warn you all. It looks as if, man, like I said, I have to be careful with what I say on this platform. But it really, really looks to me like these people are going to try it again. Now, a lot of you are watching this video thinking they won't get away with it. I'm here to tell you otherwise. I think they will. When you really think about it, what has been done? Did we hold anyone accountable that was wrong during the beer bug, during the lockdowns? Were any of them held accountable? No. Hell, they made millions upon millions of dollars. Nothing was really done. And I don't know about you, but when I go outside, when I look around, I feel like I'm surrounded by mostly sheep. And I know that most people just don't give a damn about what's going on in the world until it smacks them in their faces. So I could sit here and make videos all day and we could talk about this stuff all day. I don't have much hope for the majority of people. I know that here we have a community of people who actually think for the most part. But let me put it like this. With everything that we've seen over the last few years and with the way society is going, forgive me, but I have lost the benefit of the doubt. Okay? I have lost my faith in a lot of people. And I don't trust that people will not fall for the same stuff again. Especially if it's something dealing with kids. I guarantee you, the most rational of people will throw all of that out the window when it comes to their kids. You're going to see a lot of moms concerned about their kids. And they will be ready and willing to sign away your rights in order to protect their kids from whatever illness, they decide to come up with this week or next week. But right now, all we can do is watch. It's crazy to see how quickly all of this is happening. And like I said before, I'm hoping in a couple of weeks from now, we're not even talking about this no more and all of this goes away and it was just a big distraction. But we cannot afford to let them slip this on us. And I think that this week has been a perfect example of how quickly that can happen. You see how quickly it went from, oh, this is just something happening in China, nothing to worry about, to, oh, it's in America, it's everywhere, it's all across the world. It happens quick, folks. Let me know your thoughts, though, down in the comments below. If you're feeling generous, you can donate to the channel directly via Cash App. I will have my Cash App in the pinned comment of this video. Also, you can support the channel via Super Thanks. You can drop a Super Thanks down below. But while you're down there, make sure you hit the thumbs up, you subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.